Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is a beer from Hot Butcher for the World. Thank you so much for sending this one out, and this is Giardiniera. So I guess that's the classic veggie salad that they have in Italian hot beef sandwich. What do we have? Onion, garlic, carrot, celery, green and red bell pepper. Yeah. Citra Eldorado Mosaic Hopped Double IPA here. By the way, Portillos, if you guys are familiar with Chicago, has been in Orlando for a few months at least now, and I've been twice. And man, is that a good sandwich. I've never had Portillos before in my life. So famous chain in Chicago, and getting to try that food is absolutely fantastic. I mean, the fact that that's a chain is absolutely insane. It's if you guys are familiar with I've never had In-N-Out, but for you guys Shake Shack fans, it's that kind of just like elevated kind of like fast food style food, but like, man, does it really compete with like some of the great foods you can ever have. If that makes any sense. I'm a Shake Shack guy, so Portillo's too now, I guess. Let's see this is super hazy. Yeah, comes in at like a straw color. It's got that like strange kind of like super pale color. Doesn't really quite look like beer. Get some chunky chunkies in there. Full on opaque hazy. Slightly yellowish kind of head. I mean, that's familiar. It's that signature, or not signature, I guess, but it's like familiar kind of New England IPA, double IPA kind of aroma. It has some amount of fruitiness, Citra, right? Citra, yeah. So that standard kind of like orangey, slightly tropical Citra note in there. There's a ton of that kind of like really oat creamy kind of thing going on. So like a really pale kind of grain character. Yeah, cheers. So this one pushes a little bit more fruity and juicy, I want to say, compared to one of the other New England IPAs that I already reviewed for you guys. Anyway, it is pretty prototypical though, in similar fashion to that. The other beer that I reviewed that tastes like a New England IPA. This tastes like a New England IPA. Sorry about that. When you're thinking, get a little lax on drinking, so. Quaff. It's very just familiar. Taste reminds me a little bit of Equilibrium. Maybe a little bit treehousey, but like not quite. I mean, other half. I mean, it's in the range of all those. It's honestly a little bit nondescript. I find that some of the Hot Butcher beers end up having a little bit more distinctive character, maybe, but not really. Because now I also get this kind of vanilla quality that I get from a lot of their beers. So it's got this tight kind of fruity quality up front. So it's stone fruit, this kind of like almost like a candied apricot kind of thing going on. It has got a really nice kind of citrusy, tangerine sweetness to it. A good amount of that's just like general kind of passion fruit mango quality dancing in there. A little bit like dried mango instead of like really sweet, juicy mango. Take that back. It's got a little bit of like dryness edge to it. So yeah, maybe like a little bit of that fuzzy edge when you are finishing a mango, that like against the skin kind of thing. Has a little bit of that kind of drying quality, a little bit of chalkiness in the back end as well. Quite drinkable for 8%. Let's compare tasting notes. I mean, I think we got it pretty good. Fresh citrus, absolutely. Sweet tropical, absolutely. Light resin, I can sort of see that. That's sort of the light drying quality that I was getting. I mean, with that description tree, they've really gone to what a lot of New England IPAs taste like. So for me, it's all cheaters, right? Citra Eldorado Mosaic, like these are hops for me that Citra defines sort of style, but then like you throw in a couple other hops that sort of blend in well. I don't find a lot of like, oh, this hop and this hop are really shining through. But I think they complement each other quite well. And what you get is a total package of like this is literally Sunny Delight, beer-wise, in a glass. What else can you say about it? Quite tasty. For me, it gets a little tired. It's like, maybe that's where my palate is going, because like, I've been tasting these beers recently, and it's just like a little sweet, a little bit powdery, sugary, a little bit vanilla, and I want maybe a little bit more punchiness to it, maybe. Something about like balance and punchiness. It sort of just lays as like, sometimes a New England IPAs can sort of sing. This one sort of like talks, but it's like monotone, if that makes any sense. It's like, yeah, that does make sense. It's like talking, but it's like, it does a great job and has a great message, right? But it just like sits a little bit like this instead of having cadence and tempo and, you know, like liveliness to it. It's sort of like, it's just read, you know, like that. So hope that makes a little bit of sense. Still very tasty beer. Let's get with a solid. It's really confusing because like what I give a rating is maybe influenced by how I feel tasting it now versus what it should be. Like what would I generally rate this beer? Generally, I would rate this like maybe a 96. But where it's sitting on my palate right now, I'm like giving it a 92. Very good stuff. Giardiniera. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Thank you so much, Hop Temperature for the world. Later.